We are live once again. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the second episode here today as we are continuing Project Week 2. As I am joined, well, this one's going to be interesting because I was kind of told I have to do this episode because I don't want to see a certain side of him next Saturday. So we are joined by a very twisted, very evil Dr. Redacted. Good evening, sir.
Hey, whatever.
Okay. He has chosen to not even show us his face because we have to pay to see it.
Because you don't deserve to, so fuck you.
Okay. So again, Dr. Redacted, I'm not sure if you've seen the show. If you have, you know there's a question I ask everyone that comes on before we start everything, and that is when you hear the term the craft, what does that mean for you?
Wrestling. Like, what else would it mean?
That's straightforward. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Perfect. But again, the reason we're here is also next Saturday you're making your Project Codename Wrestling debut. It will be Exodus, as you're going to be a part of the main event scramble. But before we get to that, before we get to next Saturday, we have some things that have currently been going on, and actually you have something coming up tomorrow. So let's talk a little bit about that first.
Oh, that's a good one.
So let's get into this.
Okay.
As you addressed Vegas this past weekend. You're in Vegas. You're part of VXS, and yeah, you really did. They gave you a live mic, and yeah, tell us a little bit about this. How was Vegas for you?
Vegas is great. It's a dog shit town. Everyone fucking sucks there. Decent food, so that's one thing you can take away from it. A lot of lights and a lot of glam for a lot of dog shit. VXS giving me a live mic for the second time never works out well. I definitely had no filter, and it was great. I definitely kicked the living shit out of my opponent, and that was great too. But tomorrow we got Remarkable Wrestling, Long Island. It's me and an old friend, Joe Cassio. Or whatever the fuck their name is, Tom and Barton. That's their choice. It's unfortunate. I know Joe decided that he was gonna dump, and that's his choice also. I'm just here for the paycheck. A nice little discount because he's an old friend, but a higher guy. I'm just here for the money. I don't give a fuck. I mean, yeah, I want to hurt them too, but like, who cares? Like, yeah, no, taking some gold would be sick too, but I'm just there to fucking hurt somebody and get some money.
I was going to say, this is a part of a tag title tournament as well. So, hey, it kind of works in both ways. Get a win, get to hurt some people.
It works
and possibly win some gold at the end of all this.
It works out in the sense that, like, for every time I got to appear as Joe's partner, he's got to fucking pay me. And then if we keep winning, then I get paid also. So it's a win-win for me. And, if you take home some gold, I could, like, flip that on the internet somehow.
Oh, there you go. That always
makes some more money. We like money.
Yeah. But that also, speaking about that, all four of these men in that matchup, you definitely have some history with. All four of you have known each other for a minute. So outside of just, again, the hired mercenary here, how is it going into a matchup like this, especially for the company being as history-driven with all four of you?
Business is business. Friendship, if they want to keep that, that's their call. But business is business.
Got you. There you go. Well, let's get into it a little bit too as well with who is really Dr. Redacted here, because we've seen a little bit of a change. We've seen what you've been doing. And again, you do some twisted stuff in that ring.
As a doctor, I had to do some facial reconstructive surgery recently. Had to go buy a new look. I learned it's not hip to be cube. Get it? That's a good pun. I know. And here we are now. New look. Same bastard. Same guy who's going to go out there and fucking carve you up. Which, speaking of which, with the project next week, I got, 5 other people to carve up potentially. So, oh well. Sucks for them, right?
Oh, definitely. Let's get into that matchup, because I had earlier today I had Chris Cage on. He definitely has some investment in this with Public Enemy #1 TJ Marconi. But you do have 5 other competitors here, as you have the Bushwick Beast, Chris Barton, which if he is
2
able to
weeks in a
survive
row
tomorrow,
of Chris Barton. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
2 weeks in a row.
You have Chris
Good
Barton
Lord.
there. You have Nikolai White, the Renaissance himself, the one Mantis, and then one of my personal favorites in this matchup, Dr. Sleep, Anthony Gangone.
From a real doctor to a fake doctor, Gangone is the one I respect the most. And I'm definitely the most interested to share the ring with Gangone. I'm still going to go in there and try to murder him, within the rules of wrestling, I guess. But he's the only one that I am respectful of. TJ keeps playing this, I'm a big tall guy game. Could you even reach me? Well, motherfucker, I'm going to cut you down and then I'm going to carve you up. So fuck you, dude. Who else do we have there? Oh, Barton. 2 weeks in a row of kicking his ass. That's all. That's the only way we can break it down. Nikolai White. He wears that like Russian grandma headdress thing and dances. That's what I know about him. Mantis, just another guy. Just another guy. He comes out with Julius Smokes, which is really fucking annoying. Dude, I swear I have like PTSD every time I hear the guy's fucking voice. Of just him screaming ringside. And I don't even know what he's still. I don't even know what he's saying. That's the worst part. Just saying shit.
Yeah, that's probably what's gonna be it's gonna be in for you next week. Because I can imagine Julius Smokes is gonna be there with Mantis. Chris Cage possibly around there with TJ because he's his capo, he's his left hand. So
we'll see if he survives his match first.
Well, this is true. Yeah, there was a lot to go there. So again, for anyone watching as well, definitely go check out that interview because they went at it for an hour about their matchup.
I'm curious to see how well TJ does without somebody in his corner. I wonder if that'll throw his game off.
Hey, that possibly will. He has his history here because he was a part of the last scramble we had at Project Codename Wrestling. So maybe he has a little bit of advantage going in. Currently undefeated in the scramble right now. Currently I have to put quotations just because of it being the quote unquote Project Codename champion at the moment as well. So
that's what he thinks he's the champion everywhere he goes. What does he call himself? Thanos? Yeah. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Well, your thoughts also, you're making your debut on that night. So your thoughts on being a part of the project now. You're officially also a part of the roster. So your thoughts on making your debut at Exodus.
Definitely excited. I never liked Project Codename Kids Next Door growing up. So I kind of hate the name already. But, I'm excited to be back in New Jersey, which I don't think anyone has ever said in their entire life. I don't think I've ever been to Union, New Jersey. That's where it is, right? Union?
Yep.
I love the fact that there's just giant murals of children playing basketball on the walls. It's pretty insane. Can't wait for that too. The match should be ridiculous. I like that it's a bunch of different styles. I think that's sick. So you really have no clue what to expect out of this match other than me like kicking the shit out of everybody. But like beside that is what I'm trying to get at. The joining the project in general is cool. It's definitely been something that's been trying to be worked on, but just things never worked out or came to cross, or I had to be somewhere else and do something terrible to someone. But I think it'll be cool. I definitely think that unlike most of the roster, I am definitely a little different compared to a lot of them.
Yeah.
And I am very curious to see after this where everything goes. Because money talks, and whoever's bidding, I'm working.
There you go. But also with this, it comes, like you said, getting that win as well, getting that impact. It is a ranking system at the project, so I can imagine you want to come in. Yeah, it is a ranking system, so winning your matchup does get you a point. If you lose your matchup, it gives you a negative point. It also depends on if you're part of the decision as well. So that definitely should keep in mind where you're going in there.
I didn't know that. That's interesting too.
Definitely.
I like how you're smarting me up to all the shit. I'm just finding this out now.
It gives you a little bit of upper hand knowing the stakes and everything when you're going to a matchup like this. Especially you're going in there with guys that are all currently well, most part are going in there with previous wins. Anthony Gangone currently undefeated with 2-0. TJ Marconi currently 1-0. Chris Barton 1-0. Mantis currently 2-0. So you're
Yeah,
going in
but see,
there
the
with
issue with a
some.
match like this,
Yeah.
the issue with a match like this is you have 6 people. So no matter what, it's never like, oh, I straight up beat this guy. Like, no, everybody is going to have some sort of part in beating each other up. So the real question is, let's see what sparks after this.
Yeah.
Like, who's gonna think they can fucking step up is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And
Hey, that's the best thing
we'll
as
be
well.
right there at the top to knock them all down.
Definitely. Well, speaking of that, again, when you're going into this matchup, is there anyone you have your particular eyes on? You mentioned your respect for fellow doctor in the matchup, Anthony Gangone, Dr. Sleep. But is there anything else that you
Big
have
time.
your eyes on? Barton, Renaissance? Oh, hey, again, in your words, I'm going to keep neutral here because I just do my job of calling the matchup that night. But is there anyone else in this? With Barton, you're going to be facing 2 weeks in a row. The Renaissance, Mantis. You've already said you're going to cut down TJ. So is there anything else? That you're looking forward to in the
TJ's
sixth
I can't wait to bring him back to reality. That's what I'm excited for. Because he plays this all, this big tall guy. I got stories to tell, and I'm just coming in to be like, hey man, here's a story. Shut up, and just cut him back down to size. That's all it is. He casts a big shadow, but he's a little man.
There you go.
The other ones, yeah, it's the first time I can kick their ass. So yeah, I'll take them all out. I don't give a fuck. Barton will definitely be an interesting one. He's not on the lighter side, so might need some help there, but we'll get him.
And there you go. But also, again, speaking of, we talked about tomorrow's matchup that you're going to be teaming with Joe Casio. Joe's actually a part of the project roster as well. So
yeah, I saw
that could
too.
be a
That's
pairing
cool.
that down the line we could possibly have to see you guys face off. Would that be
Once
something you'd be
again,
interested in?
business is business. It doesn't matter who it is or who I'm facing. As long as the money's there, I'll take them all out, man. Don't get me wrong. There'll be some grudges, some vendettas, but we'll get there in time. We'll start off slow. I'm very curious to see how the fans react to my lovely personality.
I was going to say, are you going to try to grab a mic that night? Because we saw what you could do with a microphone in your hand. So
if there's
I'm
one
not
around,
sure if Union is ready for that.
I've definitely seen some kids in the crowd, so it's going to get real interesting real fast.
Well then, like I've tweeted at you, hopefully the commentary desk is safe for you for that night. Because me and Alphonse Stevens
it's a crazy
like,
scramble, dude. Who knows where this fight's going to
go. This is also true.
Also, I'm going to throw out something there real quick. Because I don't know if you just saw it, but the VXS Coast to Coast show just got announced. And the one in New Jersey, somebody is going to be there. And I'm just putting that out there right now.
Well, then, definitely, I just saw that announcement earlier today. It had been rumored. I had heard a little rumor from a certain someone. I can't confirm my sources, but that being officially announced is insane. So, but you will be a part of the New Jersey side of things.
Yeah, the New Jersey side. And I'll also be on that other show that same day, Inferno Fight Club.
Yeah, that was also announced actually this week, if I'm not mistaken. You and Bam Sullivan.
Yeah, so I'm gonna beat up a guy whose personality is based off his mustache.
I can already see it now. You trying to rip this guy's poor mustache off.
Oh man, wouldn't that be great? Just forcefully ripping off this guy's like goofy ass mustache.
That's gonna be a day for you.
Yeah,
that means double the pain and double the money. So,
yeah, dude, we love that.
So.
I don't know who I am facing at VXS yet, but we'll get there.
Yeah, no, definitely. And then we'll definitely be talking about that eventually. VXS is definitely going to be something we're talking about here on Respect the Craft.
I'm going to put one more other plug in too.
Yep.
So June 18th, I'm going to be in Vegas again. And I'm going to be facing Sandra Moon in a death match. And this is her first. And I got to tell you, she's like this like pretty young girl or whatever, but man, she's gonna bleed buckets that night.
Ow.
Yeah, I don't think she knows what she signed up for. This was her idea, and boy, I'm gonna fucking deliver.
I was gonna say you have gone in there with some. You've had your share of death matches as well, with some skewers to the head, with definitely some devious acts. Like, how is that for you when you get in there and just like the chains are off? There's no rules to your matchup.
Oh, that's the best part, man. Then you don't gotta feel bad about nothing.
Well, do you
feel bad about it?
I was gonna say,
no, I was gonna say not that I was gonna feel bad about it, but just knowing that like you can get away with it. That's what I should be saying.
Gotcha.
That's what I gave Sky about that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we had on, and when he was talking, because you teamed with Kono at the last Remarkable show, and he was like, yeah, he didn't have too many good things to say about you. Yeah, or at least for what you guys were doing to each other.
But I'm sure we'll cross our paths again. We need the third match of the trio.
Yeah. Well, who knows? Again, maybe that could possibly be what happens at VXS, because you got, or at the project. That could also.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's very doable.
Yep. It's definitely gonna be something to look out for, because again, people want to see how this concludes. Which I can imagine for you, you just want to cause Gabe some more pain, even though you guys have history there outside of just the saga. So.
Yeah, I've definitely threatened his family. You know, I've definitely kidnapped him before. That was real.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
It happens. Whoops.
We're going to say that that allegedly happened. That was
yeah. We'll go. That's a better answer. Okay.
Just for the statute of limitations and all.
Who else at the project do I got to keep my eye on? Drop some names. What other matches we got?
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about, again, there's a roster full of guys here. Let's just talk about who's going to be there next Saturday. Because you have, again, we talked about Joe Ocasio, another name you could possibly. Well, let's talk about this one, because he's a big dude, and I can imagine you want to take on the biggest challenge this project has. Let's talk about Devontae's, one of the guys that is called the
that would be a good
small
one.
horses.
I've like been on shows with him, seen his work. That'd be, dare I say, a barn burner. That'd be a good one.
Yeah.
The question is the project too scared to book it? I don't know, man.
Mm-hmm. Although he has some work cut out for him, because at Exodus he's going to be facing Dom, or at least whatever's left of Dom after.
There's the right answer. See, you're thinking. You're not so stupid as you look. You know, it's sick.
Hey, again, I'm trying to just make sure I'm good next Saturday, because I've seen your work, so I want to make sure I'm good, and we're keeping you on your happy side.
Yeah, there you go. We'll see. Wow. Who else is there?
Let's throw this name, because they're going to be on the podcast. How about you getting in there with a guy like Deshaun Pratt, veteran of the game, or even a more newer Boom Harden?
I don't know who the second person is, but Deshaun Pratt, that would be sick. Been a fan of that work for a minute. Also, someone on the internet, and it got like some traction, some likes, because that's what people care about. Was me versus Dan Moff, and I don't know what the situation is there, but you know, that's a fight right there.
That would definitely be something if eventually he does get out of his suspension currently, because he is suspended after.
He's one of those. Okay.
Yeah, he unfortunately he attacked our current GM Miguel Sosa, who will also be on the podcast next week. So I'll be talking to him about that suspension. But he's got
deep pockets, right? That guy, he's got deep pockets, right?
Definitely does. So hey, he keeps the lights on. But wait, here we go in the comments. A guy you'll be facing tomorrow night, Dominic De Niro, former guest of the podcast, saying he's gonna ring your bell tomorrow.
Dude, I bet he's saying it too in that fucking goofy ass like Italian accent too. He's like, "Oh, I'm good. I'll ring his bell. Hey, up on, let's get some bologna." They don't eat fucking bologna, but sure, he probably does.
Well, again,
whatever he wants.
We talked about that. That will be happening tomorrow. Remarkable wrestling right there. Fight or Die versus Joe Ocasio and Dr. Redacted.
By the
Joe
way,
even said, like, Joe was getting crazy about that matchup for tomorrow night.
I saw he posted that promo today, and I was like, "Oh, look at this guy. He's ready," which is good. He better be. And then the rest of that card for tomorrow is sick too. With Tristan Ty versus Martyr. That's gonna be nuts.
Yeah.
and Gabe versus Davey Richards. Like, dude, what the fuck?
No, that's gonna be insane. Well, that also brings me to the question now. You're gonna have to be keeping your eye on that as well. I would assume you're gonna want to have matches eventually with Tristan Ty, with possibly Robert Martyr, with Davey Richards. I would imagine you want to test yourself against an American Wolf right there.
I want whoever's got that title. That's what I want. The person who's got the title makes the most money, and I like money.
Well, then, so I guess that means the saga could end at Remarkable, because if I'm not mistaken, current Remarkable champion is Gabriel Scott.
It is. So there's a lot to be said there. Honestly, when it comes to Remarkable, another person who won't be there tomorrow, but I would love to get my hands on in the future is a one Danny DeManto.
Ooh, the cold-hearted player. Well,
yeah,
he's also someone that he dabbles in the death match. He dabbles in some insane style contests, especially in the chains. So that would definitely be something to see you two square off.
Yeah, whether it's at Remarkable or in the chains.
Now that would be something to see you in chains now, because your style definitely adds to what ICW does.
I'm all for it. Just waiting for that call. You know what I'm saying?
No. Well, I guess let's get into that as well. Is there any places? Well, I can imagine your answer is going to be wherever the money is, but let me just throw it out anyway. Is there any places that you are keeping your eye on where you're looking at talent? Like, I need to take my talent there.
There's a spot in North Dakota, and they also run in Minneapolis. Time Bomb Pro. I worked there a few times. It's a good spot, and once I get back, I'm going to destroy everyone there. ICW, that would be a good one. There's all the interesting spots in Vegas. There's a spot in California, UGWA, and I just want to go and just cause all the chaos. Honestly, it's wherever I can go. Dude, I'm ready just to go back to VXS and ruin everyone there too.
Well, then they definitely they find you interesting at VXS, because at the same time you're killing their crowd, but they still give you a live mic.
Yeah, you'd think they'd learn after a while, but who's gonna fucking argue with me? You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. When I had Isaac on, he definitely talked about how interesting it is to see you, but he has to commend just what you do in that ring. So I guess it kind of pays off. It's like, he might make the crowd get pissed off, but hey, what he does in that ring speaks for itself.
Yeah, there was the when I went by a different name at one point, one Dr. Cube, when I had an ugly face, but now I'm quite dashing, if I don't say so myself. And it was me versus JTG. That's, if you ever get the chance, go on YouTube, and that's the one to watch. There's a lot of it that doesn't make any sense. It definitely went on at 3 a.m. and it was nuts. And it was in Tampa Bay, which also doesn't make any sense.
That just sounds like a lot of insanity. But knowing how VXS is makes complete sense right there.
And there was ridiculous cameos in it, which I won't ruin the surprise for anyone that does watch it.
Well, there you go.
And unfortunately, Julius Smokes was on fucking commentary, and
I've been told eventually I might be doing commentary with Julius Smokes, so that's gonna be interesting.
Like, you're a little piece of shit, but like, that sucks.
Hey, I'll give him respect again. Another veteran of the game, but I can understand why you don't find him as appealing.
That stupid voice, it haunts me. I hate it.
Well, I'll be careful, because there's another person at the project. Let's go back to that a little bit.
Sure.
That Julius Smokes has some history with. He's on the poster right here. Ghost Shadow. Would that be someone you would like to jump in there with?
I've only seen handfuls and bits. Very interesting style. It's all over the place. It's wacky, but in like a good way wacky. Yeah. I mean, I would go in there and tear it up with them. Honestly, someone even pitched me versus Big Cuzzo, which, I'll chop another fucking big doofus down too.
That would be interesting. That also could happen at the project, as Big Cuzzo is a part of first class in the project. A stable there that is led by Miguel Sosa, has
Yeah, what are they
Sebastian
like?
Cage, has Johnny.
First class like nitwits. Dude, I beat up Sebastian Cage in the West Coast too. So whatever, I'll take them. I'll take them too.
And there you go. Again, that's a group right there. It has Sebastian Cage, has Johnny Santos, and has Big Cuzzo. So there's 3 right there for your list if you're keeping score.
And then maybe I can get my friend Joe and somebody else, and then we could even have a trios too.
Right, there you go.
But the Devontae's match, that's the one that we should go back to that. That's a good one right there.
That would be interesting to see you and Devontae's, to see, again, with your style, can you chop down, again, a Haas of all Haas's right there.
Well, I'll pitch that idea to Boss Man there. So we'll see. Let's see what happens there.
Well then. But again, with the style you do and with that, is there anyone that is on your radar that you would want to face? Not even just at the project, but on the independent circuit itself. Is there anyone that you're looking at? Yeah.
Oh man, PCO, would love to get in there with PCO.
Okay.
Homicide, I want to see if he still has that old itch, that old crazy factor in him. That would be like a dream match.
Yeah.
This is a deep cut. Ultramantis Black. That would be nuts.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. You didn't see that one coming, right?
That one. That's a name I haven't, unfortunately, heard in a while. But that definitely would be interesting.
Oh man, there's just so many. And then everyone's like, "Oh, we gotta see just work all the other deathmatch guys," which that'd be cool too. Everyone has pitched me versus Schlack because that would be up the wall ridiculous.
Yeah.
They've pitched me versus Cruel, a big motherfucker.
Okay, I got you.
Which that might be a bit of a task, but we'll get there. Yeah, whoever, man, just line them up.
Definitely. No, that Homicide, it's funny. I was going to bring up a you versus Homicide matchup because if you're not the biggest fan of Julius Smokes, then I know they definitely have some history there with the Rottweilers. So that might be the right way to bark up that tree right there.
Oh, hold old man hostage to get to the other old man?
Maybe not use that phrasing just because we don't want you to get arrested now.
Yeah. We'll get there too. Maybe Julius will come over and hang out.
Well then, hey, again, you have your tendencies. We saw what you did to Gabe Scott, but maybe that will lead to a possible Homicide matchup, or even any one of the Rottweilers or possible Vulture Squad, because Julius Smokes has a lot of friends.
Yeah, I just saw Jack Evans in Vegas too.
Yeah.
Which, man, him and Jordan, they fucking killed it.
Yeah, that matchup was insane. Which again, guys, if you haven't already, go check out Better Off Dying because that show was insane. That was
unfortunately ends in a bad way, but the whole show overall is just insane.
Yeah.
But that's how it is.
And that's wrestling for you. But again, go check out as well. Tomorrow will be Remarkable Wrestling. Go check out as they're going to be presenting Danger Zone. Hell of a card right there. And it will feature, again, this matchup here, part of the tag team tournament. It will be Joe Casio and Dr. Redacted, which it's funny. You like to cause more pain, as Joe Casio says he wants to change lives. So,
we're changing lives in 2 different ways. You know what I'm saying? Good cop, bad cop. Even though cops fucking suck. But, that's just a funny phrase.
I guess so. There you go. As you guys will be taking on Fight or Die, which again, they aren't either 2 guys that like to just play around the ring either. So I'm definitely looking forward to see how 4 of you square off. And then that following week again, Project Codename Wrestling Exodus will be the main event scramble here, 6-way to determine who truly is the one in Project Codename Wrestling. Which again, you're making your debut and you're part of the biggest match in Project Codename history.
So does that mean if I win, I'm just like I come in, I'm like already the fucking top dog if I win?
That it basically does mean that, because again, you're facing off against the current quote unquote project champion TJ Marconi. You're facing a man that is still undefeated in the project Anthony Gangone. You're facing Mantis, who is tied right now for the first place spot in Project Codename Wrestling. The Bushwick Beast, Chris Barton, who is still undefeated as well in Project at 1-0.
We'll see if he makes it. We'll see if he makes it.
Well, that's also if he makes it. Also, he still has problems with Joe Acacia. And Joe said he might have to see him that night as well. So if Chris Barton still makes it to the 6-way, and then as well you have Nikolai White, who's been making his waves at Project Codename Wrestling. So again, if you're able to make not only your debut that night and win, that does put you into the conversation of being the guy in Project
Now,
Codename Wrestling.
Why do you say that TJ is the quote unquote champion? What's that mean? Elaborate.
So I have to make that phrase, which again, hopefully TJ Marconi isn't listening to this. And again, something happens to me at the commentary booth. But currently, we do not have an official champion. TJ Marconi was granted the championship by his capo, Chris Cage, on that night. And he crowned himself the very first champion.
Oh, this is just very TJ. Like, that's a TJ thing to do. We get it.
So he's a quote-unquote champion for now. Which again, that's how I must phrase it until we are able to determine a actual champion.
Oh, so what happens if I pin TJ?
Well,
or
I guess you could also
make TJ tap out. Oh, so many options.
There is options in that matchup, but that also could lead to, if you're able to get your hands on the championship, possession is
9/10 of the law.
So yeah.
We like that. Okay.
So there's that. But yeah. That could also happen. But also again, you have the other doctor in the matchup that likes to put people to sleep. So
he's the one to watch.
That's I'm gonna say that's a pairing I'm looking forward to see is what you and him do in that ring. Because you both have very interesting and different styles. So that's gonna be interesting to see.
Can't put me to sleep if I'm punching you in the face. You know what I'm saying?
That is also a thing. But Doc, I don't want to take up too much more of your time here because I know your time is truly money. So I have one final question for you before I let you go, and that is the question I ask everyone that comes on. And for Dr. Redacted, what is the end goal?
Just go everywhere, cause chaos. Japan would be sick. I guess go back to England. That would be cool too. I don't know, man. Just go everywhere. You know, fuck everybody up. Do a deathmatch tournament. I want to get one of those in. You know, obviously I'll win, but you know, I want to get one in.
There you go. Again, that's a very painful end goal, but hey, it's going to be making you money. So that's the best part.
And we love money.
There you go. Guys, don't forget as well, go follow Dr. Redacted on his Twitter. He finally has one of those. So go follow him there at Dr. X Redacted there on Twitter. And if you find his other social medias, go find that as well. We're going to keep that out to leave that as a mystery right there.
Yeah, it's for the best. It's for the best.
So thank you again, Doctor, for joining us here, part of Project Week. And for all those watching as well and keeping score, go also check out the interview we did earlier today with the Zoltan, Chris Cage, and Superstar Whiplash. Next Monday, we'll be joined by El Jefe himself, the GM of Project Codename Wrestling, Miguel Sosa. Next Tuesday, we'll be joined by CMD, Deshaun Pratt, and Boom Harden. Next Wednesday, we'll be joined by Dashing D1000. And then next Thursday, we'll be joined by Devontae's. And much more to come. Thank you again, Doctor, for joining us. We'll see you next Saturday at Project Codename Exodus. And for everyone else watching, thank you so much for watching the Respect the Craft podcast. As always, don't forget to be wise, be genuine, be real, be better people, and respect the craft. We'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.